Hello guys, welcome. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, which is casting some AOE Leagues games. So these are from Group F, which is actually the same group that I'm in. So just figured I would do a little bit of casting. And thank you to Farmman Official, the host of the tournament, for allowing me to cast some games today. So we're looking at Hlh19 versus Magnolia. Magnolia is a streamer and YouTuber of Age of Empires 2 content, both looking at around sort of 1200 elo, I think, between sort of 12 and 1300 elo. And if you're unsure of AOE Leagues, it is a tournament that's kind of like football leagues, soccer leagues, where you've got a bit of a league table. You'll play each other twice, home and away. 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and 0 points for a loss. So we will be looking at the league table at the end of all of this, just to see where we're at in Group F at the moment. But starting off, we've got Magnolia in the red here, playing as Lithuanians. Well, both playing as Lithuanians, actually. And just looking at the map, quite nice, secure, sort of backwoods. Well, 2 backwoods, which is nice. Back berries, back gold. I don't really think you could ask for a much better map, apart from it's just pretty open around here. The deer are quite easily pushable from there. So yeah, not a bad map at all, actually. Not a bad map at all. Just got to make sure that that area there gets secure, but generally pretty good. I mean, even the secondary and third gold, fairly close. That stone there's not too bad. So not looking too bad at all. So over we go to HLH. We have also as the Lithuanians. Again, not a bad map. Some backwood lines, which is pretty surprising for Arabia. Especially these ones. These ones look pretty thick as well, which is nice. Have we got any sheep in the middle of the map? Doesn't look like it. Don't know what sort of map gen you're using here, but this is I've not had maps like this for a long time. So HH now just pushing in some deer, but yeah, pretty decent map, fairly wallable. Around most of it is just this front area, which is wide open, which hopefully HH will be able to get walled up. But as you can see, pushing deer in on the boar as well. Got some on the berries, so going pretty heavy on food to start off with. 3 on wood, so it's kind of indicating there's going to be a scout rush. Now, are we going to be seeing 18 population? That is the question. But yeah, pretty decent map for both players, I think. I mean, certainly you could just easily wall across this this side here, I think, potentially, rather than going all the way down here, and then you know that that backwood line there is fully secure. But certainly down here, and perhaps just along here as well, should be pretty decent. What we got going off over here? So it's just the scout and the sheep scouting at the moment. But again, 3 on wood for Magnolia. So again, probably indicating scouts. But again, are we going to be seeing 18 pop, or 20 pop, or 21? Can't imagine it'd be 22 pop. Who does 22 pop scouts nowadays? But no deer being pushed by Magnolia at this point, so opting for scouting info. So just going to be missing out on the benefit of that little extra food bonus, but she should be able to find HLH pretty much now. Are we going to get that? Lose the scout? No. Run away. There we go. Managed to escape. But not looking too bad. She must have plenty of scouting info at this point. But in terms of villages, we're pretty even. Both are on the way up to the feudal age, so both doing 19 pop. 19 pop scouts. So not quite doing the 18 pop scouts that you can do with Lithuanians, but 19 pop still pretty decent. A little bit of a lead for HLH. About 15 seconds, I think it is. Or 10 seconds. 10 seconds. So it should just get up there a little bit sooner. Barracks now coming down for HLH. Have we got the barracks coming down for Magnolia yet? Not quite. She does have enough wood for it, but there we go. Barracks coming down now. Again, HLH just keeps scouting around the map here, just trying to figure out the way of things. The way the land lies. trying to figure out what the strategy is that she should be expecting from Magnolia. And again, I think it's normally quite predictable, isn't it, when you're up against Lithuanians? It's like when you're playing Franks, you know, it's always, you know, 80% of the time, 90% of the times it's going to be a Scouts opening. I suppose Lithuanians have a few more options with men at arms perhaps, or you know, an early drush. Stables coming down there for Magnolia. Possibly not in the best place. Whether that's a bit of a rushed up stables, not sure. Certainly seems to be a bit of a rush. Now whether it's just that she's trying to get some scouts out as quickly as possible, but it certainly would have been better placed at the front, I think. She's getting walled up around here as well, so hopefully, I'm not sure if she knows about this little gap here. It'll be quite interesting to see if she does or she doesn't. But just looking back at Hlh, we can see there's, you know, the mass wall. It's going to build a wall. Yeah, we've got the wall going. And it's good. Magnolia is going to pay for it. So yeah, 4 walls are coming up now. We do have some scouts on the way, as well as a spearman. So good move to send the spearman forward, just to counter any scouts that are inevitably going to be coming out from the other Lithuanian player. So yeah, very good move there. Although 3 scouts now are out for Magnolia. Picking up a villager there, Hlh, so pretty good. Probably be able to get a second one as well, possibly, but no. Deciding to try and take out the enemy scouts before that villager. That villager's just going for a nice little stroll, but quite a good fight here. Being able to clear up all of those. And that villager isn't. Oh, the lion! The lion! No! No! And it's got a hill bonus lion attack. So yeah, a little bit of gaps on either side of those houses. Not sure if Magnolia's got the small trees mod. Hopefully she would have, and she would have seen that. But yeah, that's unlucky. The only reason I say has she got the small trees mod is because obviously with Capture Age it's not got the small trees mod. And when you look at it like this, it kind of looks like it's probably walled. No, it doesn't look as though Magnolia knows about this gap at the back. We'll see whether later on in the game that you know, comes back to haunt her. But quite a lot of idle time, quite a lot of villager idle time. Town centre idle time has been considerably more as well. Extra, you know, minute and a half, which does show that it is shown in the villager count as well. 28 for 29 for Hlh and 22 for Magnolia now. So Magnolia are able to clear up that army. The lion didn't quite have villager for dinner, but certainly took a couple of limbs for a light snack between being punched to death by the lady villager. But going pretty well for Hlh now. 30 villagers versus 22, so quite a strong economy lead there. Losing quite a few villagers. 4 villagers lost actually for Magnolia, which is quite a hefty amount. I mean, even with those 4 villagers still being with us, the 2 minutes 20 idle time has had a considerable effect as well. There's an option for small trees on Capture Age. Do you know what? I'm still quite unfamiliar with Capture Age, if I'm honest. But thanks for pointing that out. I'll look into that. But a little bit of a pokey-boy fight here. Magnolia coming out on top with the superior poking action. Poking that one to death with a toothpick. So scouts out, or another scout out for Hlh. Just going around trying to get all the map information. Probably trying to find those relics. Certainly with the Lithuanians, the relics are all important. Yeah, it's an option for enable graphics mod, I think. Okay, I'll have a look. Cheers for that. Much appreciated. So wheelbarrow coming in for HLH now. On top of that, rather large villager lead. Wheelbarrow coming in for Magnolia as well. So also got the horse collar upgrade, which Magnolia is lacking at the moment. But the base is looking nice and secure, nice and fully walled. Magnolia pretty much fully walled, but again, there's just that hole there. That's just that hole there. We need to have like a special camera set up, like just for this hole. Like we can call it hole cam, and see what happens. And then we can sort of go over to Bruce, our special reporter. Bruce, what's happening over at hole cam? Yeah, not much at the minute. So Castle Age is on its way in for HLH. So it's going to be quite a little way ahead of Magnolia. Magnolia not really looking to be anywhere close to clicking up, actually. Still quite a lot of food away, a lot of gold away. So I think there's only one way this game would appear to be going. Certainly at this point. HLH, a couple of scouts out, so really making good use of the scouting and getting a hold of those that relic information. But Magnolia as well, just sending the spearmen out to get some scouting information as well. So that's pretty good. Certainly what's needed. Just been able to drop off a little bit of gold, and she's just really hoping to try and get that gold now. Now she's got the 200, but she is lacking the food. So just might want to just quickly garrison those villagers into the TC and click up. There we go. Oh, there's another villager on the way. Okay, we'll let her off. Okay, so still not quite clicked up yet though. Obviously just concentrating on something else, but that is on the way in now. We do have the first armor upgrade for both, but we also have bloodlines coming in as well for HLH. Second stable is there, and we can assume or expect all 3 stables. Wow, super aggressive. Obviously not got the economy to maintain 3 stables at the moment, but could certainly do with let's just getting a few more on gold. I'm not sure if the gold mining upgrades in, it's not showing on here, so who knows, but monastery is on the way now as well, so certainly going to be going out and getting those relics pretty early, but the knights are coming out from those 3 stables now, or at least there will be once some houses are made. Yeah, the houses are up. It's fine, it's fine. Kind of having to rush some down with 2 villagers there. There's spearmen just meeting up again for a team meeting about what they're going to do going forward. Probably die to these knights, I expect. We've got a monk on the way. Yes, Munka is here. So heading straight for this first relic, going to get a hold of that one, and this will certainly be giving HH a big advantage straight away. Magnolia are opting to go for a second barrack, so playing defensively at this point, which kind of makes sense because obviously she knows that she's behind, and she knows that she's probably not going to get many relics, and is going to really be kind of struggling a bit. So yeah, going to be getting the pikemen and getting some spearmen out to get that sorted. But the pikemen upgrade just coming in just in time there. Should be able to oh no, I was going to say they might be able to do something there, but no, still got battered, but just decomposing into the sand. I'm quite surprised about that actually. I thought they would have done better than that. They're not really causing that much damage in hindsight, but yeah, I think it's just going to be a case of just too overwhelmed in numbers. I think at this point, I think there's too much damage done in the feudal age to kind of get a good foothold in the game. So now it's just trying to weather the storm before the storm actually properly gets here. To be honest, because it's not a massive army at the minute, but there's nothing at the moment that Magnolia can probably do to withstand it. Ah, here we go. There's a load more. Okay, so it's going to get tricky. Let's put it that way. No production. Oh, there's one pike coming out there, but I suppose the eco is lacking quite a bit at the moment. I mean, a massive villager lead now. 13 villagers. 13 villager difference. TC idle time is starting to rack up a little bit for both players. I think certainly at the moment, perhaps Hlh is just feeling confident and looking at perhaps micro in a little bit, or not, just patrolling. Have we got any more villagers coming out yet? Yeah, we've got villager production again. We've got villager production again. Still not a huge army or anything. Or Magnolia's finally managed to find the hole. Just got some pikes out there just to protect that relic there. But now the monk will have to go the long way around to get back in. But the knights from and pikes from Magnolia found one of the monks. Hlh has currently got three relics, so quite a big advantage. And I think there's just too many knights there to even deal with. I think even with these pikemen, I mean, they've only got one upgrade. The knights have got all upgrades plus 3 relics. So they'll be able to quite easily clean up the pikemen, I think. Especially with them splitting up like that. I don't think that was probably intentional. That probably just happened as kind of just leaving the army a little bit. But certainly, yeah, those knights are just ripping them to pieces. 20 villager lead now for Hlh. And that is the GG. So yeah, it's quite a big mountain to climb. I think following on from that initial feudal age damage that was caused by Hlh, and Hlh is looking quite comfortable and quite dominant throughout that. Okay, so on to game 2. So we've got Arabia again, and we'll see how Magnolia can do this time. So she is playing as the Malians. So Malians, I think currently they're the second best civ in the game in terms of win rates. They've gone up quite far. I think they're above Franks now. I think Franks have dropped to third, and I believe Berbers are first. So 2 top tier civs have been chosen for this one. So we've got Magnolia as the Malians, we've got Hlh as the Berbers. So Hlh playing as teal and has got rather a nice map. Is it a nice map? I mean, they've got the stone and gold at the back. We've got berries fairly in a decent, fairly decent position. It's nice and wallable along here, along here, along here. It's kind of, really nice in that aspect. The only thing that's making me consider, is it so much a good map, is the fact that every one of these woodlines is going to be vulnerable to a tower, which, to be honest, would probably be the play with this situation, because if you tower all 3 of those woodlines, there's nothing Hlh can do here. Probably won't happen, but that's certainly, but dying for towers, absolutely, but dying for towers here. But they would also be vulnerable to archers as well. So perhaps Magnolia will be going for archers with the Malians. We shall see. We shall see. So pretty decent map. Whereas Magnolia's is oh dear, pretty awful. It's just so open. If not having this one big open expanse here is bad enough, there's like this whole side of the base. Ah, poor Magnolia. But yeah, we've got 4 onwards, so yeah, we're going to be looking probably man at arms into archers, perhaps. We shall see. Or it may just be a straight archer rush. We'll see how that one progresses as we go by. But yeah, not happy with this map at all. I would be fuming. I would be fuming if I was Magnolia in this situation. It's awful, awful map. I mean, the gold's in a decent place, I suppose, because that's going to be well protected if you just wall up down there. And I suppose you've got some back wood line here, which is going to be fairly well protected if you kind of wall that bit. Backstone's looking okay, but again, you know, you can have all this being lovely as much as you like, but if the rest of your base is exposed, you're going to be in an awful lot of trouble. This would be begging for a scout rush. This would be begging for a scout rush, which is probably what we're going to be seeing from HLH. So again, pushing deer. Quite a tricky spot. I mean, that ball placement's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? But thankfully with Berbers, they run a little bit quicker than other villagers do. So should be able to get that ball back quite easily. But yeah, very confident in pushing deer. I think personally, I probably wouldn't have done that. But that's because deer is not my strong point at all. So yeah, kudos to HLH, pretty good. Looks as though HLH not quite happy enough to push any more than that. She doesn't want to be too greedy, but certainly getting that one in there is going to give HLH a nice little boost, I think. So Magnolia, very quite an early barracks, so that would indicate men at arms are on the way, which is, as I say, probably what you'd expect from the Malians. Should be able to get all this area walled, to be fair, looking at how this is going, but it's going to be a struggle. Going to be a struggle. Shot the ball with a TC. Oh, I missed that. Good job you guys were watching. I didn't realise that happened. Yeah, do you know what I like to do when people do this? Kind of just wall and leave a straggler tree there. Just send a villager down and chop it. And then you quickly put your foundation of a palisade on it, delete it. Log pile is gone. And you can just stroll in with your army. It's a bit of a douchey move to do, but you know, it's not as bad as ball aiming or stealing sheep, is it? So Magnolia actually doing a fairly decent job of walling, I think, considering. So yeah, well done, I think, in this situation. I think it's certainly quite a challenging map to wall up. So yeah, she's doing quite well at doing that. But barracks on the way now for HLH. I think with Magnolia, it's got to be a case of hoping that the man-at-arms rush delays any scouts coming in long enough to be able to get walled up. I think that's going to be the big thing, because it's still going to take a little while to get these walls finished. Whether it will take long enough, well, it probably won't take longer than scouts coming in, especially now there's another one going off from the wood there. And I think, honestly, Magnolia had to do that. I mean, it's quite a big kind of investment from, having 3 villages out and walling up, but with a map like this, you've got to. But militia are going forward. Man-at-arms upgrade will hopefully be coming in now that she's in feudal age. There we go. Man-at-arms is on its way in. So we do have some scouts being produced by HLH as well. A little bit of idle time. But certainly the idle time from Magnolia is a little bit better this time, this game. So hopefully Magnolia will be feeling a little bit more confident, and that scout, just getting away with it. Just getting away with it. 3 HP. So it's kind of like the only place that didn't get an arrow is the horse's ear. But the men-at-arms are going to be going in now. Now, which wood line are they going to be going for? It must be this one. It must be this one. Now, is HLH going to notice it? Is we're going to see any quick walls? Doesn't. Oh, it did. Yes. Quick walls. Good job. Yeah, then that's going to be easy enough to quick wall. Nice. Well done. That was pretty good. Now, if Magnolia just had that scout up there a little bit, she could have noticed that there's some villagers there. So a little bit unfortunate there. Scouts coming back just to help clear up the men at arms here, but yeah, some good reactions there from HLH to get everything walled up. That was good. Some good walling. Viper confirmed. Oh yeah, definitely. I think HLH will be trapping these with gates in a minute and boxing them in. Yeah, clearing up those men at arms. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate for Magnolia there. But very, very well played by HLH. So still got a little bit of a villager lead. Has Magnolia, just the one. But certainly in terms of an army, HLH is storming ahead, having cleared that up. So thankfully Magnolia has been able to wall up, so hopefully she's feeling a little bit more secure. Not really too much these scouts can do other than be annoying, but there are some spearmen out, so hopefully Magnolia will be able to scare them off. But we do have archers coming out from Magnolia. I'm not sure what I'd have done in this situation, having, you know, kind of failed miserably with the that's a bit harsh, isn't it? It's not failed miserably, but the men at arms not really achieving what was hoped. That's a more diplomatic way of saying it, I think. Not sure what I would do, whether to carry on with making archers or just to try and fast castle, especially as I'm nicely walled. Probably would opt for fast castling, I think, because I know that I'm up against scouts, so just fast castle, try and get some camels or something just to counter those, or go into crossbowmen whilst you're kind of on the way up. It's a bit of a hard one really, because obviously Berbers get camels as well, so if you go camels and they go camels, I think their camels are probably better, so quite a tough choice. But HLH just adding some skirmishes in as well. Obviously knows that there's archers on the way. Quite a small mass of archers, so don't know if there's going to be much achieved. Do we have fletching? We do have fletching. We do have fletching. So probably just going to come around here, just be annoying on this wood line, which isn't really going to cause too much of an issue. How long have wolves been hooting? Howling, not hooting. That's an owl. I just in one of my speakers on my headphone, I just heard a oh. Yeah, I've not heard those before. So that took me by surprise a little bit. Anyway, so archers just going around being a little bit annoying. Wheelbarrow coming in for HH now, so you'll probably be looking at 3 more villagers to gold, possibly. Following on from this, no. Perhaps I think you'll be looking just a straight click up to Castle Age. Yeah, you've already got the extra villagers. I'd normally kind of do half of them and then get wheelbarrow and then get the other half. That's where I was getting confused. But yeah, there we go. Click up to castle there. Still not a huge amount of archers. I mean, we're just on the 1 range, but they're not really being able to achieve much at this point because of obviously HLH being fully walled. Now, would it be worth just splitting up the army and having some on that wood line, having some on that wood line, and having some on that wood line? Because HH isn't being overly aggressive with these skirmishes, so you could probably get away with it. Just kind of splitting your army up, being annoying. I mean, it would force HH into chasing with the skirmishes there, but she's not coming out to hunt the army down, so that's possibly what I would have done. Well, no, I'd have tower. Well, no, I probably wouldn't have tower rushed. It's all right. It's all right me saying that. In from a spectator point of view, I stuck at tower rushing, so I wouldn't have done it at all. But it would be a good one to do on this map. So Castle Age going to be coming in very soon for Hlh, and Magnolia is also on the way up. Going to be about 30 seconds behind. Might be 25. Around that. Yeah, it's about 25, not 35. Can't do maths at a quick glance. So it's not too far behind, to be fair. And Magnolia does have the villager lead as well. But Hlh has wheelbarrow, so I'd probably say that Hlh has probably got the economy lead in this instance. But knights are on the way. It's got one stable, bloodlines, and then some knights. One stable. You could probably get away with one stable initially with the Berbers. We've got blacksmith coming out now, just to get those upgrades in. Yeah, because the Berber faster working stables, as I say, you could probably get away with one stable initially. But it's certainly going to want to end up adding a second one and going for those double stables. But plenty of skirmishes, which is good to see. They should quite easily counter those archers there. There's certainly outnumbered them. But what else have we got? So we've got a double stable, and we've got a mixture of camels and knights coming out from Magnolia now. And we do have bloodlines, which is good. And they're just meeting on the hill. And we've got a forward siege workshop. So Magnolia trying to be a little bit more aggressive this game. Although the TC idle time is kind of racked up a little bit. And Hlh is now even on villager numbers, which is a little bit of a concern, I would suggest. Certainly gives Hlh the eco advantage, even though Magnolia does have bowsaw and horse collar. I would certainly suggest that the extra villager and wheelbarrow kind of make up for that. Might not. I'm not a mathematician. I'm not Spirit of the Law, so I don't know. Hopefully, we'll see what happens here. These camels are going to come out triumphant. They do certainly have equal upgrades. Should be able to get the chain barding armor in first, by the look of it, but it looks as though those camels are just gonna. It's a close one. Yeah, they're in. They're fine. So they should be able to clear up those skirmishes or not. No, that knight's gonna die. Do you know one thing I've noticed recently? Right, it's because I keep using camels. I've used camels quite a bit recently, and I never realised just how easy camels die to skirmishes. Now I know camels are kind of only good against one thing and one thing only, but I didn't realise they died so easily to skirmishes. Kind of took me by surprise, they did. I'm sure they never used to die that easily to skirmishes, but perhaps they did. I know they just melt to scorpions. Anyway, enough of that. Enough of my musing there. So we've got the forward siege workshop, but nothing really happening with that at the moment. I think that's purely because Magnolia's lost the hill. However, if it was me, I'd probably have added, or just started making loads of scorpions, but she's kind of struggling for wood and gold to be able to do anything like that. Well, certainly gold. Because we keep investing into camels and not really sending them in a big enough mass to certainly do much damage. So we're kind of just throwing them away a little bit, I think, at this point. Oh, thank you very much. That's very much appreciated. So, what are we doing? Yeah. Thank you very much, Niles. Yeah, so those camels are just going to die. So again, I think Magnolia is just trying to save that siege workshop a little bit too much and kind of just throwing away those camels. You know, sometimes it's best just to be a little bit more passive and just, you know, hold off, sacrifice that. I mean, you know, there's not much you can do with it at this point. Certainly rather that than keep throwing away those camels. I mean, there's been quite a few gone now, I think. Certainly quite a few gone, but 3 TCs for Hlh and quite a convincing villager leader again. Looking at 10 villagers now versus the 2 town centres from Magnolia. Magnolia having quite a bit of idle TC time as well. Really struggling for economy. Do have 3 camels queued, but again, Hlh has got the extra attack upgrade, and yeah, having to run away there. And I think this is looking as though it's going in one direction, guys. And I'm not talking about the band. They are going to take that gate down. I was going to start singing a One Direction song then, but I don't actually know any, so I kind of stopped myself. I know the tune, I think. Oh, 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 oh. That's what makes you beautiful. That's that minute. Yeah, those camels are just dying miserably there, unfortunately. Still not got the equal upgrades. I think the spearman went in and did quite a good bit of damage though. Certainly bought Magnolia a little bit of time. Please do not sing, sir. Sorry. Too late. Too late, my friend. That's what you get when you chuck me some bits. You get a song. Okay. So, just gonna throw those camels away again. No. No. Okay, 2 have made it. I think, do you know, if perhaps you'd have waited for these spearmen to kind of catch up, which probably would have been okay. They get, they do get pikemen, don't they? Malians. I don't think there's many that don't get pikemen. Certainly pikemen would have been a good idea at this point, I think. Knowing that there's quite a huge mass of camels on your doorstep. Hlh just looking as though probably going around to collect some relics perhaps. But yeah, kind of in the base now, and there's not really a huge amount that Magnolia can do. I mean, that extra TC there is going to help, because, you know, coming in through this direction, you're just going to encounter lots of town centre fire, which is not good. Not good when you've got camels, because camels die to arrows quite convincingly, and also flying toothpicks from skirmishers also do the trick. But yeah, that's a huge mass now. Huge mass of camels. Certainly would be a good idea to add another range perhaps, and just add more crossbowmen, but I think it's kind of too late for that now. I think it's kind of too late. Yeah, that would be a nice nice spot. It's just unfortunate that it's a little bit late coming in, but see if these town centres do enough damage to the camels to kill any. Getting some conversions in now, because Hlh clearly hasn't got enough camels. Just needs some siege to push. Camels can only do so much. True, but I just think the sheer number of camels that Hlh has got here is just going to be too much to try and deal with. I mean, it's going to be hard to kind of get much further back in. Well, I say that, but there's only this area that's protected. You know, if Hlh was to come down this side, that is all super exposed. But picking off a lot of villagers there. There's 23 villager discrepancy between the two of them now. Quite a few of them going down, and certainly Magnolia wants to be pulling those back. There you go. Kind of just going to regroup, get things back together, and just keep on trying. Just keep on trying. Certainly a second range. Oh, there you go. Would be good. And that is coming in now. So many resources for HLH. It certainly would be good to get them spent. Potentially look at getting up into Imperial Age. Although, when you're kind of in this position, it's easy to just let your resources bank up like that, because, you know, you kind of get confident and happy with where you're at in the game. So you just kind of focus on just attacking, I think. Getting some outposts out now, just to try and get the map information, really just surrounding the base. I think at this point. Oh, you've still not got enough camels. Still not got enough camels to do much. Don't do it. Don't do it. If there was a bigger mass of crossbowmen, then I would say yeah, go for it. But you know, still missing the second attack upgrade. Crossbowmen. Go, go, go. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Yeah. Going down. Bit of a panic castle there, perhaps. Now the army has disappeared, but if that goes up, that would be pretty good for HLH, I think. But quick wall, quick wall, quick wall. Running away from one super camel. This is like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Don't come into my base, or I will kill you. It's kind of guarding. Must be pretty scary camel. Oof, well played, GG. There we go. So HLH moving up into 5th place with 10 points. Magnolia down in 10th with 6. 2 wins, 5 losses for Magnolia. So the only one in the group. Oh yeah, the only one in the group to not have a draw, and that's because Just Passing is dropped out, so everyone gets an instant win there. I've just got a potato PC, Niles, to be honest. So yeah, I'm not saying this is the only reason I wanted to show the league table, of course, but there's me, number 2 spot there. Yeah, Emperor Zaki there in top position. Myself in 2nd, Manuroki in 3rd, Gothfather, which is a pretty awesome name, is also joint 3rd, followed by HLH, who, provided HLH gets the win, a couple of more wins could bump up above Manuroki and the Gothfather. I do have the Gothfather to play in a couple of games. Then we have Cha-Cha, Octavian, Kruren, Hans, 77, Magnolia, Patata Max Tex, and Just Passing, who has dropped out. So that's it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed the casting and the stream. Thank you very much for coming along today and joining me, having a little chat whilst we're here. And I shall see you all on the next one.